Two clubs.
I get it all straight, tell them material. Respect is paid, respect is due.
Barry, main stand, massive.
Jim, Tilton.
Mickey Singh, chairperson for Blues for All, main stand.
Vish, Cop Corner, Block 39. Welcome back to the third instalment of Real Talk with Blues for All. We've got some new guests. We have freshened things up a bit. We've got local grassroots coach Jim, an ex-Swallows Warsaw player.
Yes.
Welcome to you.
Younger, yes.
We've also got Barry Ross, who's a home and away season ticket attendee for the women's game. So we'll hopefully get a bit of input from you on the girls' game. And of course, not forgetting Mickey Singh as well. Thank you. So, last time we were here, we were 4 games into the season, and I think we've got 10 points. We bought Jay Stansfield as well.
Yep.
And Bailey Peacock Farrell was our number 1 keeper.
It was indeed.
And now we are at a stage where we're 17 unbeaten.
Yep.
And we're currently top of the league. 4 points clear of our nearest, which is Wycombe Wanderers, I believe.
Yep.
And with 2 games in hand. So, as it stands, one of the first things I want to talk about is just a general one I'll throw out there. How do we feel in our current position in terms of being a Blue Nose and where we are?
Oh, I think, if you look back only a couple of years ago, we're in a fantastic position. I don't feel like the Americans have got much wrong. And that's relying on the pitch now, massively. There's confidence there, the fans are reconnected. There's a big general feeling that we don't necessarily think we shouldn't be there. You speak to most fans and everyone now, it's like, yeah, do you know what? We should be there and we're back, and we need to get back where we belong and beat the Villa. That's where we need to be.
Watch this space.
Yes.
Barry, tell us, in terms of the feeling, you followed them for quite a while.
Yeah.
What's your feeling at the moment?
And the women's side, I mean, the support that they're getting now is so much improved, for the team and the facility. Been playing at St Andrews now for 3 seasons, which is brilliant. I know the players love it. It's a proper surface. You've got all the entertainment outside, so that's encouraging more spectators and fans, and very much more families, because it's a real family atmosphere at the women's games. And the football's great, and we're competing well. Like every team, we could do with being a bit more consistent, but we're top of the league, so everything's going pretty good. 2 new players come in on deadline day for the women. Proper good players as well.
Mick, last time I asked you a question about will you, throw your 2 pence in? Is it looking likely that we're going to be promoted?
Take a game at a time.
Yeah.
And we've done really, really well. If you'd asked me on the last time, we'd be where we are now, top, clear, 2 games in hand. I'd have snapped your hand off. And it's simple as that. It's been fantastic. The ground, the atmosphere, everything about what's been happening. The atmosphere in the ground has just been improved. Now you just take it back a little step. When we had all that work being done on the ground, it was like a morgue per music ground.
Now, you've got the fan park, you've got the light show, you've got the pyrotechnics when the players come out, you've got a DJ, you've got the fireworks. So even before anything has actually even happened on the pitch, you're like, we are proper raring to go.
Like I say, I don't think they've got much wrong, mate. I think, even the game build-up, like you say, there's a buzz there.
Yeah.
We feel like we're a big club again.
Yeah.
We don't feel like we should be in League One. It's showing, and it's even showing, like you say, the little things where you go, the kids are there and you're sitting there and you're like, this is what we want. The next generation of kids are there and they're excited to watch a Blues game. Your hairs are standing up again. That's what we want, mate. And it's coming, and it's all coming, and it's all clicking into place, mate.
Brilliant.
100%.
One thing for me is, I don't want to kind of look at the negative side of things, but when you've got so much on offer at the men's game, sometimes I do feel like, what would be the harm in just, having a bit of fireworks, having a bit of pyrotechnics, the light show, I'm sure that's not, too harmful on the pocket for the business owners and stuff like that.
And the kids would love it,
Exactly.
There's a lot of kids there, and you need to get the kids involved, because then peer pressure upwards for the parents, so they have to go, because the kids say, well, we want, Blues women are playing, why aren't we going down there? and you know, you can't keep knocking the kids back. So if you get them included in it also, yes, but things like that would, you know, would be brilliant.
If you can get that excitement there from the kids, that will come down to grassroots as well. You'll get more girls wanting to come into the game because I think,
Yeah.
I want to do that, you know, because the offering's there. And if they
Yeah.
can see that from a local team like Blues, you know, you
Yeah.
know, and we want more people in grassroots. See, next generation of football, and
Definitely,
that's
yeah.
where the talent and the pool's going to come from,
Yeah.
isn't it? So,
Just going back to what you were saying, Mary, about the difference now in the women's game, we've got at St Andrews, the one side is completely open now.
Yeah.
And you're seeing far more South Asian, South East Asian women
Yeah.
bringing their kids to the games. And all this has been because of the women winning the Euros as well. A lot's got to do with it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that's really encouragement to us to see so many faces in that ground now.
Brilliant.
And obviously, what we said earlier on, bringing kids
Mhm.
and more kids. The word's getting around. When they're at the school, when we bring 20, 30 people to a game, the kids are talking about it on Monday. Oh, we was at the game.
Yeah.
We took 20, 30 people. Mum took me, Dad took me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a really nice feeling.
The latest news is, obviously at the time of this recording, Alfie Chang's been sent on loan to your old club.
yes,
Uh,
yes,
Walsall.
it did, yeah.
And Taylor Gardner-Hickman has been announced as a permanent fixture now
Yeah.
in terms of the first team squad. So, how do we feel from a performance and team perspective? How are we doing as Blues? Have we got the right fit? And also, are we winning games like we should? Part of me feels like the first part of the season before the international break, we were flying, we were banging in goals, we were getting good scores. The international break for me kind of ruined the momentum a little bit.
I completely agree.
And then off the back of that, I mean Buchanan, I feel for someone like
Yeah.
Buchanan.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
long injury and then
Yeah.
goes and does his knee again. He's such a shame.
Yeah.
You know, I feel his pain because, like I say, when I was playing when I was younger, took an injury. Job done, unfortunately, back then. But yeah, real shame for Buchanan. But on the flip side of that, you talk about Buchanan getting an injury 2 years ago. We wouldn't have a replacement.
Yes.
We're not going to feel he's missing as much now because you've
No.
got cover there, you've got Stansted, you've got Laird. There's a good bit of cover there,
Yeah.
you know, but I do feel, like you say, that momentum's gone a little bit.
Yes.
I feel like we're scraping games a little bit. We're still winning, we're still going to take them wins, but I feel like we're lacking a bit of creativity. It could be a little bit of tiredness. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I do feel what you're saying there is a bit. We're getting it right, but I think there's still a missing jigsaw piece.
It's almost
somewhere.
like X Factor.
Yeah,
we
there's
just-
something missing there, but I don't know quite what it is yet.
I think the fact that majority of the regional midfield have been out injured.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Hansen and Owata.
I mean, Hansen has shown
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
signs of greatness there,
Yeah,
but we just
yeah.
haven't seen enough of him.
No.
You know, we really haven't. You know, he was an exciting player when I see
Yeah.
him playing. It's
I mean, Anderson's
Bit of
come
a-
back and he's flying, which is
Yeah,
brilliant.
we've missed Kesher.
yes.
But the other thing is, you look at the midfield, now we've got Hickman. Dan Hickman. I'm telling you, unbelievable. I had my doubts to start, I'll be honest with you, and I was playing at fullback. I had my doubts, and we moved him to left back. He's coming to the midfield, and he's an engine.
Yes.
You know the amount of work that he's going through. We've got good cover all round now. At left back, you know, we've got good cover now.
Yeah.
I mean, it was training that we lost Buchan for the season.
Yeah.
But,
Real shame.
having said that, he came in when we lost, when the other left back got injured. And now he's come back in the fold. It's fantastic. You know, we got covered most play, but we just need to settle side down. We'll start banging a few goals. Because don't forget, every team you're playing, it's a cup final.
I want you to give me an honest opinion on what you think of. He's a big talking point. And you probably know what I'm going to say. What are your honest thoughts on Lyndon Dykes?
I don't think he fits the system, mate. I'm not a fan of Dykes. I don't know what others think. I'm not a fan.
Did you not feel like in the last couple of fixtures when you watch him that he's really putting in?
Yeah, he
So-
puts in
so-
the graft. He does put in the graft, and you can't knock him for the graft.
And don't forget, he got the assist. Was it in the game against Rotherham?
Yes.
And then also for one of our other matches, he actually got the goal.
Yeah,
when
I think
he was
it,
he was in the
yes.
mix. He put the header in. It might have come slightly off the back
Yeah,
of the defender,
yeah.
but if it wasn't for him
I
doing
mean,
that,
yeah,
then-
there has been signs of that one-off. I just don't think there's enough there. I don't really understand the Djukovic re-signing if we're going to have Dykes in there. Yeah, I don't feel Dykes as much as the system we're playing. I don't feel like Dykes fits it, and it might just be showing his bad points, but I just don't feel he offers enough for me.
With Williamson out, we had no height at all.
Yeah.
So I think that's really, because we're playing up against some big old defenders, there's some big old machines there.
Yeah.
So I think Dykes was there to bring
Try and
some
win.
height
Yeah,
and win
yeah.
a few headers, because we can't play out every time. Although we are brilliant at playing out,
Yeah.
but we can't do it every time. Sometimes you've got to hoof it up the park.
I've just got to keep looking at what Duke said about Dogsy. I think Dukey would be a key position because he can hold the ball, he can do
Yeah.
it.
I just feel like
I feel
Dukes is
exactly the same, yeah.
he's better than Dykes.
Oh,
And
100%.
I just don't understand why Blues give him an extra year contract when we're in League One, because let's be honest, we get promotion, we should. Duke doesn't really fit them because Championship's another level, he's a year older, and I just feel like that could have been Duke's send off this year. Just to shine a little bit, he's been an absolute servant for us
Yeah.
for years, and I feel like League One he could have just give that last little spark to us. And Dykes has sort of not overshadowed it, but I just feel like Duke could have done a better job than what
Yeah.
Dykes is doing. To be honest, I think he's a bit of a waste of money a little bit.
When you talk about tall players, I think of, like for me, Cochrane,
Yeah.
right, when he's taking his
Oh,
goal.
outstanding.
And another one, when you talk about height, is Christophe Clara. I think
I think he's our best one.
I think
He's the most outstanding player, he's the best signing out of all of them.
Yeah.
and what is he? Is he 24?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He's young, he's big, he's a bit of a horse,
He's
and
an engine man. He's,
when you see him start at the back, right, and then he makes his way forward,
yeah.
like it is, as a direct player, it makes you think, do you know what, this guy's incredible at the age that he is as well.
Yeah.
So you're right, with Williamson in the mix, with someone like Clara, with Dykes as well, you got three big lads there, which can kind of cause trouble for oppositions and stuff.
And now we've got Keshi back, you'll see a lot more, they'll be a lot better, because we starved them really. When we had no wide men, we starved them.
Yeah.
And Ethan at right back, he's just been outstanding the last few games, and
Can you believe that man a three? Nice,
Yeah.
unbelievable. How can Blackpool, turn around and go, yeah, he's not. And it's been an absolutely wonder kid for us. And do you know what? Blackpool must be literally heaving at the sight of Keshi Anderson, because what a turnaround he's been, mate.
Yeah.
Because he could have literally had an ending career there.
But
Oh,
Jim, you
that
know
good
what,
enough,
sometimes players need to change.
Yeah, they
You
do.
know, when they get started
Yeah.
and then a new club, new environment. Look,
Yeah, yeah.
and when you come in at St Andrews now, anybody will see the ground and everything.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that,
Yeah.
It just makes you feel,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, if I've got a ball in front of me and I've got the crowd surging behind me, it gives you that extra drive when you're
Oh,
going to be there.
100%.
Yeah.
You see, don't you? You see
Yeah,
it in
you
the
can
players,
see.
they.
You can see the change.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see the change in the whole team. When the crowd are there, they're pushing and they're expecting that little bit more. And you'll see the player that give that little bit more.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and you can see that extra yard they're finding that extra yard where they wouldn't have found it. I mean, Dickman, for that penalty, he found that extra yard
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
past him, and that's
Yeah.
what brought him down.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Any other time he'd have just been holding back, and he
Yeah.
wouldn't have. So it's all plus.
One serious note I do want to quickly touch on as well, and not forget, is as a kind of like realistic look from the owners at how we do things at Blues, is acknowledging the family and is acknowledging, you know, the supporters. And with what happened recently with Leo Ross being stabbed in Hall Green on his way home from school, it was a nice touch in the Rotherham fixture that they laid a wreath. We had a march as well, like a little procession of supporters, you know, with a banner acknowledging what's happening with knife crime at the moment. And then obviously we had the applause whilst we were in the first few minutes of the first half. And I think they released a balloon as well to kind of say, you know, we realise what's going on. Tom Wagner also acknowledged on TV as well, saying that, you know, first and foremost, before he answered any of the journalists' questions, that we acknowledge what's happening here. And of course, we have Arthur's Day every single year as well. It's a real sad thing that these things kind of happen, but it's equally kind of nice that, you know, we make sure that nobody's forgotten as well at Birmingham City and in the Midlands in general, I think. So in terms of the club, sometimes people think if you're in the ivory tower, then it's all about money, business, and you know, getting the club forward because there's more income coming in. But it is nice, and it does feel genuine that the owners do take these kind of measures.
They care. I mean,
Yeah.
The owners have come in, they've been fantastic. They're business minded. But looking at the community and look at what they've done to the crowd, look what they've done with the fans. They've got everybody on board, they've got everybody gelling, and they put the money where their mouth is, they're spending the money, they're doing everything that I think is right. We've never had this before where, you know, you have new owners and they're all promises and promises. When it comes in 2 months and it's gone, these guys from day one, if you look at the turnaround from a ground that we're going to be not playing in the next 4 years, to the amount of money and effort that they're putting into that ground, the supporters, the community, you can't knock it.
Well, I think that's it. It's not just the ground and the team that they're trying to support. They want to support the whole of Birmingham. And I think that's brilliant. And they've got the resources and the connections to do that and to help spread the word. And
I'm gonna start with you then, as you just made the final point then, Mick. For Saturday's fixture in the next round of the FA Cup, give us your score prediction.
I'm quite confident that we'll beat them.
Go on.
2-1.
2-1?
Yeah.
Who's going to be on the sheet?
Surprising Hickman
Okay.
Go for it.
and Christopher Clara.
yeah,
Different people.
Okay.
He due to score a few goals because when he's up there from corners and free kicks, you know, he didn't keep you that. You know, it's about time we got one from him.
Awesome. Jim?
Tough one, that is. I think because I've got on my statement of leaking goals, I can't go back on that now, so I'm going to go 3-2 to Blues.
3-2.
Yeah, I'm going to say, you know, there's a bit of hope there, you know, but
I hope
But
so,
I'm-
Jim, because you just said we can't score.
Listen,
I'm a bit of hope. I'm a bit of hope.
if there's one lesson you have being a
Um,
Blue Nose, it's hope.
Yeah, so I'm going to go 3-2 Blues.
And who do you reckon will be on the sheet? You don't have to give all 3 goals, you can just say you reckon.
I think Stanley's going to pop up with one just to
Okay.
get his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon a corner goal.
So we're going
You
for the
know,
set pieces so far.
yeah.
Barry, what do you
Yeah.
reckon?
I'm not as confident, if I'm honest. I'd much prefer to win
Be
tomorrow
honest.
Yes.
night. Tomorrow night to me is the big game this week.
Yeah.
It's not got the profile, but
We're away at Stevenage.
Stevenage,
Yes.
yeah. And that would be great to get through another round of that competition. Whatever everyone thinks of it, the end result of that is brilliant.
Yep.
But as for Saturday, I think if I could see Newcastle beating us 2 or 3-1. Stansford on the score sheet would be brilliant.
Yeah.
Kishi again, and you just don't know really, because that's the one thing. Stansfield's top scorer, Alfie May's got quite a few, but there's got goal scorers all over the pitch. Clara, I'd love to see Clara get goal against them, because he deserves it for just everything else he does.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a real battle for Newcastle, but I think the quality probably and the money that they've invested in their team will probably come out on top.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Thank you, Barry. Thanks, Jim.
No problem.
Thanks, Mick, as well. You've been listening to another instalment of Real Talk from Blues for All. Join us for the next one.
I get it on all straight till I'm material. Respect is paid, respect is due. Beats up, it's what the streets want. I'm the move to. It's a real fun from a real brother.